Your purpose. Serving your purpose could be the most profound thing that you can do for yourself. And it tends to be a mystical discussion in the world, and we tend to turn into something that is actually not. I've helped literally, as I said before, thousands of people discover their purpose. And it's actually a wide discussion, but it's not more important than getting up today. It's just not. The difference is when you get up today knowing your purpose, you know what you're doing that day. So when people think about purpose or they're confronted with purpose, the first place our mind jumps is, oh, how am I going to save the world today? It's not that at all. Because if anybody in their right mind, if they thought that they had to save the world today, would get nothing done because it'd be too freaking scary, right? Your purpose, and you're probably serving your purpose already. In fact, I know you are. The problem is you're not quite sure what that is when you bring it to a street level reality and what your day-to-day looks like. So once we get past that, you don't have to save the world. It's not what that's all about. What you want to do is, well, what is it? What impact do I want to make on the world? And when I say the world, I don't mean changing the world. I mean your own world, your own sphere of influence, if you will. When you run into somebody, do they get what your purpose? And you're going to find once you start living from your purpose, people get that about you almost magically and right off the bat. So your purpose will not be to save the world. That could be a mission you might have good for you. But your purpose is, what am I going to do today to make a difference? It's all it is. How am I going to make a difference today? And what does that mean to you? So when I first started exploring purpose about 1,000 years ago, the first thing I thought of when I started exploring my purpose was, I want to help people. And that's worthy, right? I guess, it helps an interesting word because it can become an enabling thing too. But I started pondering, then how do I wordsmith this? Do I want to help little old ladies across the street? I will, but that's not my purpose, right? And that's helping. So you have to start wordsmithing that. And it comes down to, what difference am I making in anybody live I run into or I choose to make a difference for? That's all it is. So it doesn't matter so much what you do for career. It can, and eventually, if you practice purpose long enough, serving your purpose, you might make a career out of it. But you can serve your purpose doing anything, but you want to be present to that. What is the unique difference I'm making in the world? And I'll share my purpose with you. And I get up every day knowing this is all I have to do today, is help, support, inspire, and empower people to transform their careers, their businesses, and their lives. That's what I do every day. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I do at B. That's what I do with my company. That's all I'm doing. You have a distinct purpose that you're already serving. And it usually shows up when you feel really happy about doing something. What is that? So when you're the happiest in your life and you're making a difference with somebody or some organization, what are you doing? That's your purpose. Now, the problem with purpose, it's like trying to describe chocolate, right? You can't put words to it. You just know it or you don't know it. And usually purpose requires some wordsmithing until it comes to something that resonates with you. But you have one, and when you felt great at doing something, what were you doing? What impact were you making? I promise you, if you are making an impact on somebody or a group of people, that is the most amazing feeling you will ever have in your life. And the more you can do that and get past the day-to-day stuff, right? You still have to do the day-to-day stuff, but making sure that when you have that moment of truth, the moment of truth is when you have an opportunity to interact with somebody or a group of people and make a difference with them. By being who you are, serving your purpose with them and having the courage to do that. it will be the most astounding thing you do for yourself. It makes the sky bluer. It makes the food taste better. You get up every day without like ho-hum. It's like, whoa, here I go. I get to do X. And once you identify X, your purpose, it's amazing how often those opportunities are actually there. Maybe they've been there all the time. I'll let you be the judge of that, or they show up. It is a profound difference in your life, your mindset, your love of living, your actions, you name it. It is huge. And it takes courage. It takes courage to live that, because the pull is, I just want to get my job done and go home. Wow, what a missed opportunity, right? So even if you have a humdrum job right now, whatever I just said, you can still serve your purpose, right? That opportunity is there. Once you practice that, you can start building on that. And next thing you know, anything you do is impacting people. The world needs you to make a difference, by the way. Yeah, I'm not going to let you out of that. We all need to be making a difference. And making a difference is not making a ton of money. That's fun. That's great if you want that. That's great. Making a difference is not driving that great car. It's not looking good. It's impacting people so you made their lives a bit better, however you want to do that. And by you serving your purpose for somebody, you actually empower and inspire that person just through your efforts with them. What happens when you serve your purpose, you start to realize how many frivolous things we do every day and we worry about. Nonsense things, right? The world needs you to serve your purpose. Your partner needs you to serve your purpose. Your children, if you have any, need you to serve your purpose. And that's the number one thing you can share with your children, is that. Schools need to be focused on purpose and self-awareness and self-care. Extremely important. The ABCs and how to count, they're going to get that. Come on now, right? Are we going to give them the gift of purpose and letting them know that they're important to the world and they're needed? That's the differentiator. If you've got that, they're fine. Your kids will be fine. You'll be fine. It might not always look pretty, right? It'll still be scary sometimes. Still might not look exactly like you want to look, but I promise you it is a profound change in your wellness, your well-being, your view on the world, and your courage. Because what happens when your purpose is that important and you've defined it, you don't let things stop you. I used to be afraid to speak in front of people, literally dead afraid, right? But then I realized, well, geez, Norm, you've got this gift, your purpose that you're working in the world, so are you going to let that stupid fear get in the way of serving your purpose? That would be silly. Big statement. You owe it to the world. You do. My humble opinion. You owe it to the world to show them your greatness and impact the world the way you want to impact it. If everybody did that, think about that. If everybody served their purpose, making a difference with everyone and anybody they meet, what would we have in front of us right now? What would this place look like? And it's not a big shift. It takes effort to wordsmith it for yourself. It takes effort to bring it to the world. I get up every day knowing this is what I'm doing. My first task list on my legal pad, first thing to do, serve your purpose. A reminder, this is what I'm doing in the world here. It's been such a big difference for me. I used to be depressed. I used to be a drunken drug addict, all that good stuff, right? But then I realized, wow, I've got something to do here. And everybody has something to do here. Even if you're saying, I'm not sure what it is, I understand that, but start exploring what is that example you want to be? What's the impact you're going to make? You need to practice that. So this is all, it's not, stuff is not easy, right? It's a level of self-awareness. And then back to that action of that last session. So you've got to bring your purpose to the world. How are you going to do that? Now you can do it just day to day, impacting somebody you just meet for 30 seconds. You'd be amazed at how powerful you are coming from purpose. And what happens when you serve your purpose, all that BS story, fear story gets out of the way, it dies. I'm not saying you're not afraid, but it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore because you've got something big to give to the world. And I need you to give it to the world. I'm part of the world. I need you to do that. I do. And you need me. And you need your friends to serve their purpose with you, and vice versa. That's how this works. If you focus on this and you share that with other people, that's when the tidal wave comes. That's when the tide shifts. That's when the world starts becoming what it's supposed to be. But don't wait for that. The dilemma we have is that I'm not going to do that because they're not doing that for me. Well, great. Now we're stuck, right? I often have conversations with people. Why are you doing that? They wouldn't do that for you. I know. I'm good with that. They might not know how to do that. I can't make any stories up or assumptions about whether they're bad people. Maybe they are bad people. It doesn't matter. They're there in front of me. Everybody needs to be helped. And we all need help. So once we get past that crap story about, oh, I can do it on my own, which is weak. We all need help, and you can't wait for somebody else to start. So who's going to start? What are you waiting for? Great question. What are you waiting for? Especially in these times, right? What are we waiting for? And we're waiters. We like to wait. Someday, I don't feel right. It's not the right time. What? How much time do you think you have here? Buddha's got a great quote. The problem is, you think you have enough time. Buddha's quote. I love that quote. We don't. We don't know how much time we have. Your life will be profound the minute or the day you wake up that morning going, oh, I know what I need to do today. And you might not have the words for it. It might take some wordsmithing. Again, it's like trying to describe what chocolate tastes like. You can't do it, but you know when you taste it. You know when you have it. It is you making a difference. And here's the reality of making a difference in the world. It's ripples. So it happens almost automatically. If you're serving your purpose, you're creating ripples in the world, and you're allowing other people the freedom to do the same. The freedom to get past the silly things that we think look good to the world. It's okay to have them. I love good things. I like things. I like money. I like all that stuff. But I like who I am and what I'm doing when I'm serving my purpose. And when I'm serving my purpose, those other things don't seem so important, and they're easier to get. Now, this is a conversation you don't want to believe me, right? I don't believe people should believe any of this stuff. You've got to try it and see what shows up for you in your life. I promise you, it is the difference that's missing. I promise you that. I don't promise things a lot because it's a matter of integrity, and it's my connection to the universe. So when I promise something, it's my integrity, and if I don't come through with that promise, or I don't be a rock for that promise, a rock wall, I'm out of integrity, and the universe starts to fight me. And you start to fight yourself. This is where integrity in doing what you say you're going to do is so, so important. What are you doing here? What are you leaving your kids or your partners? What are you leaving? That's the question. Big question. It's an important question. The great thing about serving your purpose is you get more out of serving your purpose than the people that get that purpose or receive your purpose. It's an amazing, amazing thing. As you allow your purpose and your greatness to flow, you allow other people to do the same. That's from that Marianne Williamson quote again. It opens up the door so people say, oh, wow, look at that person. Look at her. She's serving her purpose. She's being brave. She's being true to herself. That opens up that conversation for everybody. The last thing you want to do on your deathbed is to go, well, what'd you do? Well, I've got a great car. Got a great big house. I'm in shape. Right? So if you knock on those pearly gates and they've got that list there, okay, you got a great house. Okay. You got a great car. Okay. Under the what difference did you make? I see that's kind of blank. You'd be amazed at how void of a life that is. And we've all been down the road. We've all been depressed and sad and all that good stuff. Serving your purpose helps with all that stuff. But it takes courage to be that human being who you want to be, to make that difference. And it's not a big leap. It's a mindset shift. And discovering and figuring out what that is, it's usually what you're passionate about. It's what you do when you do something you feel great, it's connected to that. Don't worry about making a living out of it just yet. You might not ever have to have that conversation, but you get up every day serving your purpose, whatever that difference is. It is needed for yourself and for the rest of us. I need you to serve your purpose. You need that person to serve their purpose. You need that person to share their purpose with that person, so we're all serving our purpose here. That's the way you're going to save the world. Don't worry about saving the world. Worry about that next sphere, that next person you meet, that next conversation you have. It's not an ego discussion. It's not trying to save that person or make them wrong. It's just making the difference you need to make in the world so you feel really good about yourself and you've left it a little bit better. Let's take a few minutes to meditate on purpose. And what difference would you love to make? And how that would change the world if you just got up tomorrow serving your purpose. I thank you very much. I invite you all, first thing tomorrow morning, is decide, what am I going to do today to make a difference? You might not have the answer. Sometimes the purpose statement, if you will, takes a while, but it starts there. Like it started for me, I want to help people. Then realize that wasn't big enough for me. Do that tomorrow morning, do that every morning. Maybe you leave a little note, maybe you start your day off with a checklist. Serve your purpose might be the top thing on your list. It refreshes our memory because our mind starts going, we got to pay the bills and all that good stuff, which is important stuff too. But serving your purpose helps you do that. It changes the world. It changes your world. I need you to do that. The world needs you to do that. And if we all do that, Lord knows what it's going to look like. I thank you. Meditate on purpose. Focus on purpose. It will be a life changer for you. Again, the big P word, I promise. Have a great day. I look forward to the difference you make in my life.